Well, folks, spooky season is officially upon us. My family and I went to Spirit Halloween this morning to look for Halloween costumes, and I picked up my officially licensed little tin of overpriced Friday the 13th cherry flavored candies. As my wife astutely pointed out on the drive home, you bought it for the tin. The candies are secondary, just admit it, and I did. But the candies are delicious. The kids love them, and they're meat cleaver shaped. So how can you not? Anyhow, what's going on this month at Kicking the Seat? Well, as of October 1st, 2022, that's today, we are kicking off a full month of exclusively horror related content, with the exception of a featured extras segment on DC League of Super Pets. And that's because the kind folks at Warner Brothers were good enough to send me a 4K screener copy for review. So, need to honor that. But besides the Super Pets, we're going to be sticking strictly with the various corners of the genre of horror. We're going to be looking at everything from slashers to ghost stories to Indian horror to independent horror to horror comedy. We're going to try and cover it all with a series of interviews and roundtables, live streams, the whole nine yards. So strap in. We're going to do a little bit of a preview of what you can expect this month so you can plan to join us accordingly. First up is a very cool event that I'm looking forward to actually happening a week from tonight. That's Saturday, October 8th at 7:30 p.m. If you're in Chicagoland, you can go to the Auditorium Theater and join me there for a special performance by the Chicago Philharmonic of the complete Ghostbusters score with accompaniment of the film playing on a large screen with the orchestra. It's going to be conducted by Peter Bernstein, who's the son of original composer Elmer Bernstein, and it's going to be a night to remember. If you want to join me there, you can go to chicagophilharmonic.org. There's going to be a link in the description and find out more about tickets and seats and all of that good stuff. Plus, there's actually a trailer so you can see what exactly to expect from this evening. This is going to be my first time experiencing live orchestra anything, and to see it with Ghostbusters is going to be quite a treat and a great way to kick off the month. So, hope to see you there. Next up, as many of you who followed the channel may have seen in the last few years, every October, Aaron Christensen of Horror 101 with Dr. AC does a month-long Scare-a-Thon where he watches as many scary movies as he can during the month, all in order to raise money for various good causes. This year is no exception, and we're going to be continuing what he likes to call the Friday Night Frights, where we do a series of live streams every Friday during the month at 7:30 p.m. Central. This year, we're going to be benefiting the Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project, which you can find out more about in the description below. And yeah, the live streams are going to start on October 7th. That's the day before I go see Ghostbusters. Man, that's going to be a crazy weekend. Now, I don't usually come up with the banner artwork for these live streams any more than a week in advance of when we record, but I just have been doing my homework because, as I mentioned, there's an avalanche of content coming this month. So I actually have all four shows lined up and ready to preview right now. So let's get to it. We are kicking things off on Friday, October 7th, with a 35th anniversary review of The Lost Boys, Joel Schumacher's classic 80s film about immortal vampires stalking California. Knowing this thing is 35 makes me feel far from immortal, but yeah, I'm going to have some good company to talk about the movie. Things kick off live at 7:30 p.m. Central, and you can join us in the chat to ask questions, share your comments, share your favorite reminiscences about the movie, about the two Coreys, about Kiefer Sutherland's hair. It's going to be great. So yeah, join us then. On the 14th, we're going to be talking about Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, one of my all-time favorite horror comedies, starring the incomparable Bruce Campbell and directed by the equally incomparable Sam Raimi. So yeah, it's going to be a blast, and looking forward to that one especially. It's been a while since I've watched it. This is a controversial one because on Friday, October 21st, we're going to be talking about Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula, which turns 30 this year. Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Um, yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. This is another one I haven't revisited in a while, so I'll be curious to take the temperature of how this thing holds up 3 decades later. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people I think are mixed. I don't even remember what I feel about this, except for yeah, whatever that accent was that Keanu Reeves was doing. Wow. And we'll be closing things out on Friday, October 28th with a 40th anniversary review of Poltergeist. Yes, they are here, and we will be here, and hopefully you will be here too, talking about Toby Hooper's. See, I almost said Steven Spielberg. It's a controversy that will not die. But Toby Hooper's Poltergeist, we're going to be talking about it and getting into the movie, the lore, everything. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, once again, we're gonna have stacked panels for a lot of these shows, and yeah, I couldn't be more excited for this iteration of Scare-a-Thon. So yeah, those are the live streams we're going to be doing, but we're also going to be doing some regular movie reviews, talking about Rob Zombie's The Munsters. We're going to be talking about Halloween Ends, whether or not it really does or not. Evil dies tonight, but apparently it took 4 years for it to actually, well, I guess come back and then maybe die. I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks. We'll be continuing our popular series Academia Giallo and Son of Hammerland. We'll be seeing the return of indie scene with Sugio Ekanayaka, which I don't think we've done since March because we've been off making a billion movies, which are going to be coming out in the next couple of years. So that's going to be very exciting. It'll be great to talk to Sugio again and catch up on things. And also, we're going to be looking at, I've decided for the featured extra segment, which again, aside from League of Super Pets in 4K. I'm going to be combining some of those shows instead of each movie getting its own segment because, frankly, look at this. I've got a stack of movies that are out or coming out. Some of these that I'm holding in my hands haven't actually hit the street yet, so that's very exciting. But we've got releases from everyone from Criterion to Shout Factory to Factory 25 to Warner Brothers. So yeah, it's going to be a blast going through these and looking at the really cool special features, the reasons to stick with physical media. And we're going to give it a bit of a horror twist this month. So very excited about that. And last but not least, as promised, on the heels of our blockbuster RRR roundtable that we did at the very beginning of last month, it's been almost a month now since we talked about that film, and almost a month since basically the site blew up with a lot of international fans clamoring for more reviews of Indian movies. I'm one of them because I'm very excited to explore the world of Bollywood and Tollywood and see what I've been missing all these decades. But yeah, we're going to be kicking off a series of live streams focusing on Indian cinema. And this month, because it's scary season, we're actually going to be talking about a horror film. Yes, we'll be looking at Tumbad from 2018, a movie I know very little about, except for the fact that it was highly recommended by a number of viewers who, when I put out the call on an edition of Don't Read the Comments, which will actually be coming back as well this month, I said, what horror movies can we talk about that are Indian horror movies for the month of October? And Tumbad kept coming up repeatedly. So we're going to check that out and see what all the fuss is about. So hopefully it's cool. Yeah, but very excited to explore that with you and also find out what else the world of Indian cinema has to offer. So that's pretty much all I want to share. Just jump in here for a few minutes to tell you what I'm excited about this month. What are you excited about? Feel free to leave a comment and tell us what you're looking forward to watching and catching up with on Halloween. If there's anything that you want to discuss or have us cover during the month of October, we're pretty booked as it is, but if I can squeeze something in, if there's enough clamoring for it, we'll definitely see what we can do here at Kicking the Seat. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate you watching and appreciate you engaging. I hope to catch you on some of these live streams coming up. And if you enjoy this content, I hope you also take the time to like and subscribe to the channel and join us for more fun and frights and movie-filled nights here on Kicking the Seat. So until next time, whenever that is, whatever that is, thanks very much and take care.